I don't want to go on a rant here. What the hell does rant mean?
What do you think of the new ticker at the bottom? It's like ESPN's bottom line.
I love it. Can you put breaking news on there too?
You can. I can put. How about this?
Also, I just got to say that was the best sound that we've had for the opening yet. I think
because my phone is new, so it's probably better quality. Let's see.
I might actually get a new phone tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, if it doesn't snow as bad as it says.
All right, let's see. Scroll, add banner. Here we go.
It's true. It's
accurate? Yeah, very accurate.
It's not even a cashier anymore. It's like a small almond.
Breaking news. So if there's a trade or a signing, we could literally have it breaking news at the bottom.
That's actually kind of awesome.
So if there is one, like private chat it, and then I'll put it on here.
I like it.
All right, let me hide this. Let me go back to this. So I'm still trying to play around with this because, of course, I absolutely don't touch this at all until 5 minutes before we start.
Sounds about right.
There we go. All right, I can delete you found your penis. So we can get into the unusual death, which I have already forgotten, of course.
Oh, it's the depressing one.
It
happened in Japan.
As opposed to the happy ones.
There's some really happy ones. Some people just fucking deserve it. No, it was the 2000, June 2000, a 7-year-old. Her name was Bliss Scott.
On the military base?
Yep. In Japan, she died after touching an African snail from which she contracted meningoencephalitis. So found an article about this. So
what was her name
7-year-old. What'd you say?
What was her name again?
Bliss Scott.
That's a cool name.
Do you think that's how Alexa's mom got her last name?
Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
Bliss Scott? I that's a good name. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of an actual person named Bliss, especially as a first name.
Stripper in the making. That's why she died young.
Terrible.
I'm a horrible person. So it says medical tests determined that a 7-year-old American girl contracted a rare parasitic infection. Bliss Scott died of meningoencephalitis, an infection of the brain and its covering that has symptoms of both meningitis and encephalitis. So that's why they call it meningoencephalitis, because it got fucking symptoms of both. It was caused by a rare parasite transmitted by snails and slugs, which it said that she got it from touching an African snail. Bliss contracted a parasite called rat lungworm.
Rat lungworm?
Lungworm.
Is that like man bear pig?
That was awesome.
That's as soon as you said through, I was like, that's man bear pig.
Super cereal. The doctors said that Scott suffered from severe headaches and that blood serum tests suggested she had contracted the parasite Angiostrongylus campanosus.
Wow.
So I'm going to tell you what those symptoms of that parasite are in a few seconds, but it says 1 or 2 cases of this disease are reported annually in Okinawa, but it was the first death ever linked to that parasite. Did that thing just banner come up?
Yeah, I'm playing around. I'm trying to mess around.
I thought I was having a seizure. It said 9 other people also contracted the parasite in the year 2000. The parasite grows in the body of mollusks, such as snails, which get it from eating the feces of infected mice. So they're shit eaters.
Gross.
People then contract the parasite by touching the snails, like this child did. The disease is carried by an African snail brought to Okinawa as a food source by the Japanese during World War II.
Terrible.
So some of the symptoms that this poor child had prior to her death was, like, honestly, I don't think it could be any worse than this. So
I wonder if it was painful.
I think it was painful.
That's awful.
Just because some of the things that she had to go through, like, I have to bring it back up because my internet just crapped out on me.
Who's the bitch now? My computer sucked last week.
So the symptoms, the clinical signs and symptoms, let's see. Fever, okay. Headache, which she had. Neck stiffness, sensitivity to light, muscle weakness, vomiting, tingling, prickling, or numbing of the skin.
Wow.
Severe sensitivity to touch, so like literally just being touched, you're in pain. Bladder infection, constipation, vertigo, blindness, paralysis, coma, and then death.
I wonder if she went through all that.
I think she did.
That's terrible.
Needless to say, she was the first reported death. So it says the number, like the percent of people that have these symptoms. Let's see. 90% have the visual disturbance. 75% get the severe sensitivity to touch. 75% have vomiting. 50% have the tingling, prickling, or numbing of the skin. The incubation period can last anywhere between 3 to 80 days.
Are you? Is there any way you can get these things? We can maybe mail them to Kevin Sorbo.
I would mail that shit to Donald Trump Jr. first.
Maybe Tucker Carlson first.
Oh yeah, probably Tucker.
I don't know who's worse. Maybe Tucker.
Oh, Silver Spoon's douchefuck. What's his name?
Ricky Schroeder. Is he even worth it? Like, that guy's such a fucking irrelevant moron.
Yeah, so is Kevin Sorbo.
I feel like Kevin Sorbo's at least more relevant than him. But they're both like more
raging pieces of shit.
Raging pieces of human fucking garbage. So what year did she die again?
June 4th, 2000.
Oh, wow. So a long time ago.
So she would have been 29 today, around this time. Not 29, like physically today. That would just be awkward.
It's depressing. Do you have any more chips to taste? Because I just grabbed a few pieces of chocolate. I wasn't gonna do it, but I kind of wanted some candy.
I might actually find that hard Mountain Dew that we talked about and review it for you. But I don't think you'll drink it.
I'll drink the regular one. I mean, if I don't have to drink the whole thing, it's not like I can taste it. But I saw a thing on TikTok. They said most of them were the best one. I think was the regular. The rest were kind of mid. So I found this Dream smooth and creamy white chocolate. Just discovering it's white chocolate. So less excited about that than I was 30 seconds ago. But I'll give it a shot. And then look this one up. Cadbury Moro, M-O-R-O. Packed full of caramel and nougat, then coated in Cadbury milk chocolate. Sounds pretty good.
It's sold in Australia, New Zealand, and the Middle East.
And the Middle East, wow.
It's similar to a Mars bar or a Milky Way.
Ooh, all right, I like that. All right, so I'm not a huge fan of white chocolate, so we'll just give this a shot. Shout out to Randy.
I hate white chocolate. I hate white chocolate so much.
Are you fucking Rita from goddamn Groundhog Day? Even though I made that joke already.
No white chocolate.
White chocolate. Here we go.
That looks like a stick of gum. Like, you know those white sticks of gum that like you bite? That's what it looks like.
It's white chocolate.
It's
not terrible, just not what I would reach for.
You know, you got to get better at changing the banner. You're still saying unusual death unless you're about to choke to death on white chocolate and die.
I don't have a banner for taste tests because it's going to go quick. So maybe I will die.
This might
man dies. American man dies eating white chocolate from Australia. Fucking dipshit. All right, here's the Moro. Kind of. Oh, and in that whole thing of candy, there's only one more of those cherry things.
Really? That's it?
So mad. The best one. There's only two of them.
Now, I hope when you bite into this, you say, that's a Moro, like the Italian people.
You just ruined it. But I did not think of that. That's good. Like any good caramel bar, it gets stuck to the wrapper. So, you know, it's loaded with caramel.
That's solid.
And if you say caramel, you're a moron. Carmel, New York, caramel is the food.
One time, I was going to a Yankee game, and we had to stop in Carmel. And this was like before GPS. I was like 17. We skipped school to go to Yankee home opener against the White Sox.
Did you have MapQuest?
We did not have MapQuest. We had like printed directions.
Wow.
So we got lost. We stopped at this gas station in Carmel, and the guy at the gas station kept pronouncing it caramel. It's like, you're in Caramel, New York. I'm like, no, motherfucker, it's Carmel. There's no goddamn A.
Wow. You think he would know?
How is
that's kind of like a Milky Way. It's not as, I don't even know how to describe it. Milky Way is a little more dense.
It seemed like there wasn't as much of an outer chocolate shell, which I think probably makes it more dense.
That was pretty good, though. You ever heard of Woburn, Massachusetts? So it's a place called Woburn. I was going to the Yankees Red Sox game for my 20th birthday with Bill. My dad got tickets he works with these people in Massachusetts, their clients, and I had a like semi-job interview. It was just to see what they do, like insurance for sports stuff, whatever. So he's like, yeah, it's in Woburn. It's Woburn. So just, you go to Woburn. So I didn't know Woburn was a city. I thought Woburn was the name of the company. So I went to the gas station and was like, how do I get to Woburn? Do you think I would have asked for like the exact address and figured out how to get there. And I was like so confused. I don't remember how we figured it out, but I was like, I thought Woburn was the name of the company, not the fucking city in Massachusetts.
And I hope that you said to them, I was saying Woburn.
I don't think I had watched The Simpsons back then.
When you were 20?
I didn't really watch a lot of it, especially.
Really?
Yeah.
So before Family Guy happened, like what
I
did
knew
you
The
have,
Simpsons.
like, cartoon-wise?
Before Family Guy, what did I watch in high school?
Like I had South Park.
A bunch of E-Bombs World stuff.
Okay, there you go.
Whatever was on. I don't think I watched too many cartoons.
I'm obsessed with South Park still. It's on like all day, every day. I always have it in the background when I'm working.
I haven't watched since high school.
They've actually had a few more Man Bear Pig episodes.
I don't find it that interesting. I don't know. They're definitely more story oriented than Family Guy, but I just prefer Family Guy.
Yeah, they usually have 3 or 4 episode like arcs of.
But even just one episode, it's like they actually have a plot and like they sort of stick to it, and it's just there's no like second or third plots. I don't know. I stopped watching after Man Bear Pig, Michael Jackson, and it's not real wrestling. That shit. That's a great episode too. I don't know what season it is. Maybe like season 7, so 2004ish, maybe 2005. I was still watching.
Now they're in season 25.
It's ridiculous. So I don't. We should have saved that because I have on here for today ranking Family Guy episodes for season 4. Should we do all the sports stuff first?
I think we get the sports stuff out of the way. Kind of do that in a like nice little tight package. That's what she said.
Then let's just scratch that. Pretend we didn't talk about cartoons, and we're gonna go with the NFL. Why don't you let us in on anything that has happened recently?
Well, we got Aaron Rodgers somehow. Everyone thought he was going to leave the Packers. He ends up getting. They haven't said
because he basically said he was going to leave the Packers. Hold on,
and got more money than God. They still haven't said that the contract is the official 4 years, $200 million for $153 million guaranteed. But that's a lot of coin.
I hope he beats the Cowboys next year and then loses in the next round.
That's hurtful.
He can never win another Super Bowl. Like, just fuck that guy. Fuck that guy and his stupid haircut and his dumb face
and his dumb ideologies.
Yeah, he's just fucking dumb. I hate that idiot. So he re-signed. He's going back for maybe 4 years. It sounds like it'll be like 2 years and then they'll void the rest of it or some fucking random.
I could see it being 1 year. How you feeling, Aaron? You still want to be here?
I wonder what changed.
Coddled.
Because he was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. Fuck you guys."
I think his relationship with the GM improved.
What did he say? We're gonna actually help you this time instead of the last 20 years we didn't do shit.
Which is just mind-boggling because they went through that same type of divorce with Brett Favre, and then you're doing the same shit to Aaron Rodgers. You draft Jordan Love, which I've been on the train of saying that they were getting Jordan Love, 3 years ago because Aaron Rodgers was leaving. Well, now you got to trade Jordan Love, right?
Everyone thought that they were going to move on. This was at the end, but they're dumb. You knew Rodgers, if he still wanted to play, he could play for another 4 or 5 years if he wanted to. Fucking Jordan Love, really? You weren't fucking moving up to take the first quarterback. Like, why you do that? You were 1 win from the Super Bowl. Fucking take a wide receiver for God's sake.
But they have Devontae Adams franchise tagged for the second time.
Oh, it's the second time?
Yeah, I think it's the second time. No, it might be Chris Godwin by the Bucks got franchised for the second time. This is Devontae Adams' first time getting franchised.
I didn't know Chris Godwin got. Are you sure? I didn't know he got franchised the first time either.
Yeah, this is his second year in a row getting franchised, so he's getting $19.5 million from the Bucks. Chris Godwin ain't worth $19.5 million. I'm sorry.
Coming off especially who's their quarterback? ACL? Who's their quarterback?
Blaine Gabbert currently.
Ooh, yikes.
Until they probably trade for like Deshaun Watson.
I mean, do we care about the Bucks now that Tom Brady's gone? Like, who gives a shit if they get Deshaun Watson, right? Like, who cares?
Kind of.
Can the Giants get Deshaun Watson? I mean, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see. I bet he's a fucking great quarterback. And what did they say? He's not getting prosecuted?
Well, he's not getting criminal charges, but all the civil suits are still pending. So he's still going to get suspended by the league. He can still be found liable for bad shit, just not criminally negligent.
It's fine. He didn't bet on any games, so he won't miss that much time.
That's true. He won't get suspended either. He'll get like 2 games. Calvin Ridley, meanwhile,
forcing a woman to touch his butthole, 2 games. Betting on the fucking Falcons 1 year.
Smacking the shit out of your woman.
Like, I don't think you really have to set an example for Calvin Ridley. Nobody bets on games. Like, they know not to bet on games. Like,
except Calvin Ridley's a moron.
Well, yeah, you got the occasional moron, but a year? Come on.
Well, did you see how it all came about? Because he used his cell phone And the NFL has an agreement with the sports betting places that they were like, oh, Calvin Ridley.
What is he doing? Bet on hockey, football. Bet on fucking Australian rugby. Who the fuck are you doing?
Tennis.
Like idiot.
Absolutely more. And
like,
betting
did he
on his
not
team.
know? He had to have known, right?
Oh, he had to have known. But and also him betting on his team is worse to me.
But to win, I don't mind that. He's showing.
But then also doesn't say that all the other
betting.
weeks. But then all the other weeks that you don't bet on them, you think they're going to lose. So that kind of also sets that precedent.
I don't think I think he probably just.
I don't think he's smart enough to be that sly.
I don't think he knew anything about. Like it was after he left, right? He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing, but he wasn't with the team, but he still knew what was happening.
I highly doubt he did. He was probably at home, like fucking doing whatever his thing was. Why did you bet on the Falcons to win? Like for God's sake!
I want to know what game that was.
I mean, they had much better record than I thought they would, but like, really, you're betting on the Falcons? Like,
I mean, that division is wide open right now.
Well, there's nobody any good, right?
I mean, it's the Saints.
They don't have a quarterback
unless they get Jameis Winston back.
They have no quarterback. The Bucks have no quarterback. The fucking Panthers are a fucking mess.
One of those teams is going to get Deshaun Watson. One of those three teams.
Who else? Oh, and then the Falcons. The Falcons are back to having the best quarterback in that. But how do you go into the season with him like having almost 50 million count against the cap?
They restructured his contract, so it came down a lot.
Why even have a salary cap? Why even do that? What the
fuck
is
avoidable? It's imaginary.
What's avoidable year? It basically is. Like, what's avoidable year? Hey, we're giving you a 10-year deal, but 9 of the years are voidable. The fuck does that even mean? Fake. What does that mean exactly? That they can literally just say this contract is null now.
Yeah, basically.
Like, I don't get it. And how? Like, why even have a salary cap? You can Mahomes had his deal restructured immediately.
So did Dak Prescott just a couple days ago.
Remember when Tyreek Hill was like, nah, because he doesn't understand what I signed a contract. You should honor it. You realize that when you restructure a deal, you don't unless they ask you to lose money. You're not losing money. They just give it to you up front as a signing bonus.
They transition to a signing bonus, so you're getting the money now, which wasn't guaranteed before.
Would you not want your money right now and wait? Like, is it because of what security? Like, oh, I won't have that extra year, but you're still getting the same amount of money.
But also, if you have that extra year, God forbid you get injured, that's not guaranteed money. You can get cut.
Yeah. And then you're also helping your own team win. So I think Tyreek Hill was just an idiot and didn't.
Yeah, I think he was too. But I mean, it's the Cowboys just restructured Dak Prescott and Zach Martin. They're now apparently not getting rid of DeMarcus Lawrence.
They should.
I don't want them to
save even more money. Because Jerry Jones has to pay his fucking illegitimate daughter.
Ooh, that could be
that. You didn't see that article?
Oh, Jerry Jones getting
silencing her. What a piece of shit.
Well, silencing the mother. It was an agreement he had with the mother, and the daughter saying, "Well, that shouldn't apply to me."
But I guess it legally does, and she's trying to fight that because she hasn't been able to say anything.
She should be allowed to contact him and be like, "WTF, douche," because he obviously cheated on his wife that he married in 1960
I wonder what she thinks.
He's probably been doing it for years. He's probably got 13 other kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe she can take over the Cowboys. Can't do any worse than fucking Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones Jr. or whoever the fuck's doing it.
That's very valid. So other than Aaron Rodgers signing back with the Packers, we had Russell Wilson getting traded from the Seahawks to the Broncos for Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick.
I wonder what the Giants would have had to give up in terms of players. Who the fuck would they have taken Evan Ingram?
I don't think that the Giants could have offered anything, and I don't think the Seahawks would have traded him. The Washington Commanders offered 3 first-round picks, and they're like, "Nah, we're trading him out of conference." It's if you were trading him to a division rival, I get it.
Exactly.
But
that's a terrible job. Who's the Seahawks GM? Because he's a moron.
I'm not sure who.
Also, let's say Russell Wilson plays another 10 years, maybe.
He's 30, turning 33.
So we'll say 7 years in his prime. Is Seattle really going to be a Super Bowl contender in the next 7 years? They're full on rebuild, and he's not even in your division.
Well, it depends.
The best deal.
What if they get Deshaun Watson now?
I think they're going full on. They're going to draft a quarterback rebuild.
Well, I think they're going to. Their defense is awful. Terrible. If they don't get an actual competent quarterback, no disrespect to Drew Lock, but let's be real.
He's not good.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett were like, "Yo, get us the fuck out of here."
DK already bitches, so I'm sure he's
That's true.
pissed.
And I mean, honestly, the players that the Seahawks got back, Noah Fant and Shelby Harris, those are good players.
Fant's not too bad. He's nothing
He
great.
has nobody to throw to him now. Like he's probably
He has Drew Lock again.
When you heard Russell Wilson was getting traded to the Broncos, he must have been like, "Yes, no, you're getting traded too."
I mean, they didn't get Jerry Jeudy. They didn't get like any other big names. So
yeah, but they didn't need. They already have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They needed a tight end.
I mean, is he really an upgrade from what's his face? Oh, I had him on my fantasy team for the playoffs. I can't remember his stupid ass name.
Gerald Everett?
Everett, yes. He actually had a few good games. I feel like Noah Fant gets hurt a lot too. So
yeah, he does. And then we went a day. No, we didn't go a day because then the next day Carson Wentz got traded. Even the next day. That was like 3 hours later.
Like people argue for him and they put his numbers are pretty good, but he's like obviously not a good leader.
I'm in the camp of he puts up good numbers, which I argue with your brother about this all the time.
Decent numbers. He's not great.
He had a good season last year.
Yeah, because he had Jonathan Taylor.
When you look at his stats, though, he had 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He threw for like 3,500 yards. But when it mattered, he shrunk.
It was terrible. Plus, he also had the good running game, so you could probably be easier to pass. Like they're looking for the run, and I'm sure that helped. But
having a good running back and a good offensive line,
like he doesn't scare me.
Up the passing.
He doesn't scare me for the fucking.
No, I'm excited he's back
Commanders.
In the division. You kidding me? I'm excited he's back in the division.
Oh god, the Giants are going to finish last forever. Yankees are going to finish fourth. It's not going to be good. This is just not going to be good.
I mean, with Carson Wentz, they got traded for 2 third-round picks, which could become 1 second round if you play 70% of the
How
snaps.
did the Eagles get a first fucking round pick for him? My god.
The Colts are dumb as shit. And it's honestly just a 1-year prove-it deal for Wentz. Because his contract after this season, they can cut him and not have to pay anything. So if he's good, they keep him. If he's bad, they start from scratch again.
I mean, I kind of would rather have Heineke.
Heineke's trash.
Didn't he have flashes of where he looked all right?
He had flashes where he looked all right. Then he had the game against the Cowboys where he couldn't complete a pass through 4 interceptions.
I mean, it's the same as Wentz, basically. Look at the fucking Jaguars game.
Oh, God. It still blows my mind that Washington offered 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Like, nah, we're cool.
You do that. Like you just shot yourself in the foot.
Honestly, I bet you Washington would have offered Chase Young.
So what did they actually get? 2 first rounds?
They got 2 first rounds, 3 players, 2 second rounds, and a 5th. So they got 5 picks.
Yeah, I bet you the Commanders' offer would have been better. I mean, first round picks are like fucking gold, and you could have had an extra one. That's fucking dumb. I wonder if the Giants even like made an offer or a call.
I doubt they don't have the money for it. They'd have to cut the entire team.
I mean, everybody else seems to be able to restructure, so I'm sure the Giants could do something.
Well, if they still had Gettleman, you couldn't.
No, yeah, he's an idiot. He's fucking. God.
And then
did anything else happen?
The last trade was Khalil Mack going from the Bears to the Chargers for a second rounder and a 6th
That
rounder.
also makes no sense. The Giants could have done that too. We need all the help we can get. Why is everybody else doing something? And we're bringing back Sterling Shepard.
And Blake Martinez.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, did you see his Instagram post?
I didn't understand that. Like, did he cheat on his wife? What was
That's
he
what
doing?
That's what I was thinking. And he also either made a typo or is like very anti-God.
He made a typo.
Because he was like, God has been sending me a message for a while, and now I'm not listening. I was like, was he telling you to do like cocaine or cheat on your wife or some shit? And
He's going to listen to the devil from now on.
Like, what the hell happened with that, Blake? So, what did they bring? I didn't even see his deal.
It just said that they restructured. I didn't see the terms of it, but they restructured it, so he's coming back for next season.
We need a guy who can tackle because all we do is just fucking either miss tackles or let guys up. So we need somebody who can actually tackle. So
well, did you see the Cowboys are interested in Bobby Wagner?
Is he even still good?
Yeah. The Seahawks cut him. He didn't even find out from the Seahawks that he got cut. He found it out on the internet.
That's fucked.
10 years on the team.
That's fucked up.
And do you see the Von Miller, the odds of the Broncos signing Von Miller back are high? So they traded him, got better stuff than what the Chargers had to give up for Khalil Mack.
I guess the Rams have no money, so they probably can't keep him unless he wants to stay.
But that'd be pretty sweet for the Broncos to get him back because now the Broncos look like they could be legit. The AFC West is just going to be a fucking... They should just have every AFC West game that doesn't include the Raiders in primetime.
I still think the Chiefs will probably win the division, and I think Broncos are going to come in second.
Yeah, I agree. Chargers in third, Raiders in last.
The Chargers are like not good, but they should be. But they like lose all these games that they should win. So I don't trust them at all.
And then with the
David
Raiders,
Carr, Raider for life, because he's a fucking idiot. I'd rather retire. Okay, finish last then.
I mean, if the Raiders were smart, they should look at the landscape and be like, shit, we're fucked for like the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Rebuilds. Just start stocking things for like 4 or 5 years from now. Because like trade Derek Carr to the Colts. Trade him to the Colts.
Did they hire a coach?
Yes.
It's not that like Rich Focaccia or some shit, whatever the fuck the interim guy was.
Rick Focaccia.
It's some weird name with a B, I think.
It's like Versace or something like that.
Something like that.
They hired fucking McDaniels.
Oh, that's right. That idiot. Did he didn't quit?
Not yet. He's lasted. It's the longest tenured job that's not a Patriot.
Who did he sign with before? The Colts? And then
he quit after a day.
Was like, why? Why? Oh, I regret my decision. Take a little bit more time, Josh. Maybe you don't have to rush into it.
But he doesn't regret the decision of going to the fucking Raiders.
They're a fucking disaster.
They're a dumpster fire.
And they made the playoffs somehow, and
they beat the Cowboys too on Thanksgiving.
It's very true. All right, we can talk about MLB. There's probably I'm surprised nobody signed yet. I was
a couple people have.
Like anybody good. Like Andrelton Simmons is not like a big signing. I was expecting like dominoes to start falling.
Well, Carlos Rodon did.
I'm surprised. Why did the White Sox let him go?
Money. They're cheap.
Like, come on, fucking Reinsdorf. Idiot.
But also 2 years, $44 million from the Giants with an opt out after the first year. So if he has a great year, he's gonna opt out and cash in.
Why didn't we sign him? We don't have any pitching,
right? Like they're saying the Yankees have 8 starters. Jameson Taillon's out till like June, guys.
We have one good one though. One good one. Who cares if we have 8 or 7 mediocre ones?
Exactly. We're banking on Luis Severino, who like
I honestly wouldn't have minded if there was no baseball this year. Like honestly, wouldn't have cared. We're not good.
Well, it depends on if or anything that the Yankees do. If we sign like a Freddie Freeman and trade for someone,
I still think we're not as good as the Blue Jays. And somehow the Red Sox will win 100 games for no reason. Like they did last year, even though I couldn't tell you how they fucking did it. Makes no sense. Maybe they'll do what they were supposed to do last year and suck. And then Toronto's probably going to win the goddamn division.
Apparently, the Red Sox are interested in Carlos Correa.
Fuck off.
Because Xander Bogaerts, they're not happy with his defense, and he's going to opt out after next season.
So what are they going to do? Trade him?
Yeah. But
I don't see them giving a 10-year deal to somebody. Aren't they getting cheap too?
So Buster Olney said that the Yankees would prefer Freddie Freeman over Matt Olson because knowing Cashman, he'd rather just give out money than have to give up prospects.
Yeah, that's true. How much older is Freeman though?
4 years.
But he's a better player.
The type of deal that he thinks the Yankees would want to give Freeman would be similar to like the DJ LeMahieu deal. He wants a specific amount of money. You spread it out over longer years, so it lowers the annual salary.
But don't they also hate going longer years?
Yeah.
But he needs 6. He has to have 6.
Give him 6 for 150. Let's do this.
You think he would take that low?
Probably not. Give him 6 for 180. Like the Yankees are right now, they're projecting based on what they think arbitration is, like $10 million under the first luxury tax threshold at $230 million.
What's the percentage you have to pay when you go over the first one?
I think it's 40.
40% of your entire payroll?
40% of the amount you go over. So if you go over it by $50 million, you have to pay 40% of that as a tax.
It's not terrible. Fuck off, guys. Come on.
And we just reset our luxury tax threshold. So let's go over it. Let's fucking blow it out of the waters. Let's add $30 million. They offered fucking Justin Verlander $25 million. Let's spend that $25 million on Freddie Freeman.
I hate that guy too. Fucking he should retire. Fucking
I wish. So let me tell you some things.
Who are the top free agents left?
I can tell you who the top free agents. I actually found an article of who the top 50 free agents are.
I can't imagine after the top 10 you're going to start throwing in scrubs like to just flesh out the list. Like really?
Well, there's some pretty good ones. So obviously Carlos Correa is number 1.
He's not. People think he's coming, but the Yankees not signing him.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we did. Because honestly, if any shortstop we sign, any shortstop that's going to be a stopgap, where does LeMahieu play then? Does he just become that utility player that we expect him to be?
Fucking Volpe. I call him
Volpe.
Is it Volpe?
Yeah.
I'm calling him Volt because that just sounds better. But he's like they're like fucking sucking him off.
They
Like
think he might actually get called up this year.
Why don't you just 96 it? Fucking call him up, throw him at shortstop, maybe win a World Series. Who knows? He'll hit a home run on opening day in Cleveland and go from there.
It could be an opening day home run in Yankee
Even though
Stadium.
it's at home, yeah. I got to request that day off because it's a fucking, of course, a 1 o'clock game in the middle
on
of
a
the week.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was always a 1 o'clock game because it was the Yankees home opener.
Yeah. I fucking hate day games.
Oh, me too. And then
Absolutely.
we're off Friday.
Fucking hate day games. The stupid ass rain out. Like, because if it rains out opening day, you got to make it up the next day. Like,
I hate that.
it's so stupid. Although it has actually, I think there was an opening day I went to where it got rained out. But, like, you need that extra day there. You can't make it up somewhere else.
You think?
Fucking one game and then you get a day off immediately. It's a waste.
So other than Correa, some of the other top free agents, Freddie Freeman from the Braves, Trevor Story.
Is he number 2?
Freddie Freeman's number 2. Trevor Story, number 3. Nick Castellanos, number 4.
Wait, Trevor Story is a free agent?
Yeah.
I thought he had like a... Oh, interesting. I thought he had like a... They were just trying to trade him.
No, he's a free agent. That's why I think the Yankees need to offer him like 1 year, high money. He does well. He can cash in somewhere else, and then he could be the stopgap for us. That's what I would sign up for.
Somebody's going to give him a huge deal, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
I wonder who signs him. I forgot about him. Fucking Boston.
Houston, if Correa leaves.
That would just be awful. They lose Correa, and then they fucking just add Story. Like,
well, I wonder where Correa goes.
It seems like the Cubs.
But the Cubs signed Andrelton Simmons for shortstop now.
They did?
Yeah, for $4 million.
Then where is he going?
And how are we not going to sign Andrelton Simmons now? Like, that was the expectation. Like, what are we doing?
I think we're just going to throw... So we say we don't sign anybody. Who plays shortstop? Urshela again?
Urshela. We
signed him?
Danny O'Shea Chevrolet.
Oh, God. That's kind of... As long as Glaber's not playing shortstop...
Well, Glaber's the starting second baseman. That's already locked in.
God, remember when
so then if we sign a shortstop, LeMahieu becomes the utility guy playing every day around the field.
That's fine. But then if we sign Freddie Freeman...
Still becomes a utility guy playing all over the field because Freeman could DH a day.
But who plays third if Urshela is at short? If we don't sign a shortstop.
Then LeMahieu.
Yeah, all right. They can deal with that.
Don't forget, we still have Luke Voigt.
Well, if they sign Freeman, he gets traded for like a bag of fucking balls. Because
I don't know. Can we get peanuts, like the jumbo-sized peanuts?
I feel like people are sleeping on Voigt. If he's healthy, he'll be really good. But
he's not always healthy. He's also not a good first baseman.
No, that's the big problem. Send him.
Like if you could make him the permanent DH, sign me up.
Yeah, but Stanton needs to play the outfield. If he could just fucking play the outfield consistently, then you could do some things.
That's true.
Why don't we just sign Freddie Freeman and then trade for Matt Olson?
Just do it both.
Just have him fucking... I'm sure Judge will get hurt or some bullshit. Somebody will die.
Let's sign Michael Conforto then, too.
I fucking hate the Mets. I always think of the Mets when I think of him.
Some of the other top free agents, Anthony Rizzo, Kyle Schwarber, Kenley Jansen.
I forgot about fucking Rizzo, too.
Nelson Cruz.
Well, Kenley Jansen's a free agent?
Yep.
Who's in our bullpen, by the way? Is Britton... Did he have Tommy John surgery?
Yeah, he's out. He's out for the season.
Who do we have? Chapman's not good.
We
have no bullpen.
Nope.
How do we have so much? This is like the Giants. How do you spend so much money of no talent? Nobody in the bullpen who's any good.
It's kind of amazing.
Can we get fucking... I almost said Boone Logan. Can we get fucking Ottavino back? Good boy.
I hate Adam Ottavino. So right now, if the season started today...
We'd finish last.
This is the Yankees bullpen. Well, our starting rotation is Garrett Cole, Jordan Montgomery, Luis Severino, Nestor Cortez, and pray for rain because Jameson Taillon's out until June.
It's just not good.
Our bullpen is Chapman closing, Jonathan Loaizaga, Chad Green, Wandy Peralta, Joely Rodriguez, and Lucas Lipke.
So we got the back end is good, but Chapman's actually the biggest wild card. I trust Loaizaga the most. Chad Green, who the fuck knows? Chapman's even more of who the fuck knows.
You know, we're stupid. When you said Stanton to play the outfield, we have Joey Gallo.
I forgot about Joey Gallo.
I forgot we have Joey Gallo.
Baseball's been gone for like 6 years, it feels like.
We still have Aaron Hicks, though, unfortunately.
Oh my God, we have so many mediocre players. What are we doing?
We're going to sign Brett Gardner again to be the backup, and I'm going to kill myself.
No, you have Aaron Hicks sit on the bench.
Oh my
So you
God.
can play Judge in right, Gallo in center, Stanton in left. Right?
We could only hope.
That's what you would do, right? And then you have Aaron Hicks fucking sit on the bench. Aaron Hicks is great. What was he doing on the bench? He's not good.
He's a $10 million bench player. Like
He can play good defense, and he can get a big hit here and there. But he strikes out a lot, and he gets hurt all the time. I'm not going to fucking cry over Aaron Hicks not playing. Sorry.
So do you want me to give you some of the the important things that came from the labor agreement?
Yeah.
So we're obviously going to have a 162 game season, which is just crazy because, they magically just came back. We canceled 2 series.
Even though they canceled them, but now they're back. Yeah.
So they're going to play the full 162 game season. They're adding 1 3-game series to the back end of the season from what was canceled. Then they're going to cram the remaining games in between doubleheaders or mutual off days. They expanded the playoffs from 10 teams to 12.
That's just I don't know how I feel about that.
But they didn't change the date of the World Series. So now they're playing the postseason in a tighter window. So some of the things that came because of the expanded playoffs going to 12 teams, which I think this all is a precursor to there's not going to be divisions anymore. We're going to have the American League and the National League Conference.
I don't know if they're ever going to do that.
It's once they expand to 32, which is going to happen in the next few years, you're just going to take the top 6 teams in each league and just seed them.
I mean, even hockey still has the divisions, but the 2 wild cards come from wherever the fuck. I guess you would probably maybe still do the divisions for aesthetics, but that'd just be weird to just have like it used to be.
But they're saying the next season you're playing every team, so they're gonna have the most balanced schedule you can have.
I don't know
why even have divisions in, because it's not fair to have a balanced schedule. You play everybody, but the Yankees have to play the Red Sox and Blue Jays 19 times, while another team gets to play 2 of the worst teams in baseball just because they happen to be in the same division.
Well, I guess that's better for teams in a stronger division. You don't have to play them as much.
That's true.
But it makes no sense if you're not going to get rid of divisions. But I don't think they're going to do it. But it kind of seems like they might.
I mean, the big reason why they went to the 12-team playoff is MLB got $85 million in TV deals for it.
Ridiculous. It used to be hard to get into the playoffs. But now that the Yankees are not good, maybe we can sneak in. So I don't mind it anymore.
There's no more game 163 if there is a tie.
Kind of not a fan of that because that's exciting.
All ties are settled by NFL-style tiebreakers with head-to-head record coming first.
Don't you usually play an odd number of games? So that should just be it.
Yeah.
Usually 19, for a division, 19 times. So that'll be
Well, unless you tie for a wild card with a team that's not in your division or something.
Yeah.
There's no more first-round travel days. So the wild card round has the first-place teams with the 2 best records receiving a bye to the division series. I would rather not have one of the best records then. Because then you're going to go 3 or 4 days without playing.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not good.
And then the remaining division winner plus the wild card with the best record, they host the best of 3 game series. So all 3 games are at those 2 stadiums.
God.
So one of the reasons that they said that this is a good idea is because then you'll have more buyers and fewer sellers at the trade deadline, because then there's less incentive, bless you, for teams hovering near contention to sell.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, a team like the Dodgers or the Yankees, knowing that there's extra playoff teams, if they feel they're in good enough shape to be, around 500 and decent going into July, they're not going to spend in the offseason in January because they can get any other pieces they want around the trade deadline.
That's true.
Because right now, knowing that there's 3 wild cards, Brian Cashman feel like, we got a good enough team as it is. Let's throw me out there at shortstop.
I like what we have. We're getting our 9 injured players back every fucking year. Yeah, it's like
exactly.
a trade deadline
acquisition. That's my worry.
We're getting Severino back, except we're not.
The CBT whole threshold, obviously it increased by 20 million, which is the largest ever increase by, but people aren't sure it's actually going to work the way that it is intended, because they got the $20 million bump, but those same tax penalties are still there. And the 7 teams that came within 8 million of the tax threshold last year, they're not going to probably go over it again this year because
nobody cares about winning.
And the teams that aren't going to spend or weren't going to spend, they're still not going to. There's no incentive for them to have to spend their money because there's no floor for saying you have to spend X amount. So while the players did win some things, they still lost in the end.
Yankee fans are the only ones that can actually force the team to spend because that's how they make all of their money. But these idiots still go to the games.
Yep.
At least Kiak is like, I'm not buying tickets. Like he canceled the season tickets, which is smart.
Kiak's an idiot in itself.
He just made a smart move. He's not paying the fucking Steinbrenners to be mediocre again. I wouldn't go to a game. Fuck off.
I haven't been to a game. I think the last Yankee game I went to was one of Jeter's last games, so it's been a long time.
We went to a game.
Wasn't that before Jeter retired?
No, definitely not. Fucking, what's his face? McCutcheon was on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
It all blends together. McCutcheon was on the team with Jeter.
And our dad went. We sat in the outfield. Fucking, of course, Judge didn't play that game.
It was 6,000 degrees. You guys got those huge buckets of chicken, and I just drank beer.
That's the reason to go to the game, for the fucking chicken tender bucket. So good.
One of the big things that came from it is the whole pre-arbitration bonus pool for the players. So they got $50 million for this. It's divided into two groups. The biggest dollars go to players who have, the Vladimir Guerrero-like seasons, which is based on award voting, which is a little fucked up that,
I don't really understand what this means. Pre-arbitration bonus pool. Isn't arbitration just based on like how well you perform?
Well, this is for players who aren't arbitration eligible yet.
Oh, and then they can get increased pay.
Yep. So half of it's going to that, then the remaining dollars is paid out based on a wins above replacement formula that's still being crafted.
Yeah, because there's 500 different versions of WAR.
It's ridiculous.
Which ones do they use?
So the way that it works for the award-based incentives, if you're pre-arbitration and you win the Cy Young or the MVP, you get $2.5 million.
Seems low.
If you finish second, you get $1.75 million. You finish third, $1.5, fourth or fifth, $1 million. If you win Rookie of the Year, $750,000. Rookie of the Year runner-up, $500,000. $1 million to all MLB first-timers or $500,000 to all MLB second-teamers.
You didn't do this.
$1 million.
Exactly.
Then after that, whatever money's left over gets divided among the 100 top pre-arbitration players in a sliding scale based on WAR.
Wow.
So someone like Vlad Jr., who finished runner-up to MVP, he initially would have had his salary last year was $605,400. Right off the bat, it would have been about $710,000.
If you're trying to get rich quick, MLB is not the sport to go into.
No, definitely not.
They get fucking no money for like 6 years.
He would have gotten an extra $1.75 million, even though based on fan graphs, Vladimir Guerrero was worth $53.5 million last year.
That much? That seems ridiculous. Like, I know he was good, but Jesus.
And owners were bitching about this pre-arbitration bonus pool because they didn't want to do it, blah, blah. It's the cost of $1.67 million per team. That's it.
There's no way any owner is losing fucking money. They all make money from hedge funds and bullshit, except for the Yankees.
It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. But the one thing that was in the CBA that I told you, like, I hope you didn't see it to spoil it. This was kind of buried deep within it. It was an Associated Press exclusive. If the next All-Star game goes deep into the night, it won't go to extra innings. The game will be decided by a home run derby.
So unnecessary. The All-Star game in general is unnecessary. I don't even watch anymore.
But now you get the home run derby on Monday, and then the All-Star game, if it's tied, it's a home run derby, and they get to pick the players.
So there's not going, like, they don't even do like a 10th inning, just straight up to home run derby.
Straight up tied after. I hope the game's fucking tied after 9. Let's set this up, guys.
And did they lose a year of service time, or you don't have to, like, it's like 5 years or something? Wasn't service time changed? Nothing?
Well, the service time actually improved to players. So no, under the new service time reward system, any player who finishes first or second in Rookie of the Year gets a full year of service time, regardless of when you get called up. So they're trying to incentivize teams to not keep a player down. But
did they get rid of that shit where you can, like, keep them down for 4 weeks and then bring them up and that year doesn't even count?
That didn't get rid of. They did this by having the Rookie of the Year scaling and things like that to say, well, now if they get called up in June and they still win Rookie of the Year, they're getting a full year anyway. Why keep them down?
Whatever. Fuck the owners.
Yeah, completely fuck the owners. So now.
Thanks for watching. Oh, we're still going.
Dick, want to play a quick game with you. I looked up the betting odds for MVP and Cy Young.
So did I.
Can you guess who the top 5 are for the AL MVP?
Who's betting odds?
DraftKings.
FanDuel, DraftKings?
DraftKings betting odds for AL MVP.
Well, I'm guessing Ohtani is number 1.
He is number 1, which is ridiculous because he's not going to win MVP.
You don't think so? If he does the same season, probably could.
So Ohtani is number 1 at plus 400.
I'm going to say you're going to throw out Vlad. Obviously was close. If Mike Trout stays healthy, he's in there.
Vlad is number 3 at plus 500. Mike Trout is number 2 at plus 450.
Judge is probably in the top 5 to 7.
Aaron Judge is number 4 at plus 1,500.
4? Really?
Plus 1,500. That feels like something I'd put money on.
I don't know if I can name anybody else. Those seem like the top choices. Where's Stanton at? Plus 8 billion?
Didn't even see him in the top 10.
I wonder if I could bet on that as a future. Do you imagine that?
So Wander Franco's number 5.
Oh, come on.
At plus 1,800. Jose Ramirez at number 6 at plus 2,000.
If Wander Franco wins the MVP, you owe me what were his odds?
Plus 1,800. I'll give you 1,800.
You owe me $1,800 if he wins. We got it on tape, guys. We got it on film. He owes me $1,800 if he wins.
Do you want to try NL MVP or do you want to go to the AL Cy Young?
Well, NL, obviously it's Juan Soto's got to be in the top 2.
Juan Soto. It's actually it's a tie for 1 and 2. So it's really a tie for first and then a tie for second.
Tatis.
Soto and Tatis are tied for first at plus 400 odds.
Who won the NL MVP last year?
Bryce Harper.
So he's probably in the top 5, right?
He's tied for second.
Who the fuck else? Like Mookie Betts, somebody like that.
Mookie Betts is 5th at plus 1,000.
Who else is good?
Think another guy in the NL East.
Another guy, Freddie Freeman.
He's not on there. Same team though.
Oh, there's no way. Fucking Acuna.
He's 4th at plus 800.
I guess if he's healthy.
And then number 6 is also a Dodger. Mookie Betts was 5th, and another Dodger is 6th.
Another Dodger?
I forgot he was a Dodger.
Oh, then I'm definitely not going to remember.
Got traded from the NL East.
I'm drawing a total blank.
Trey Turner.
Oh my God, that's right. He is a fucking Dodger. God, they're fucking loaded. Okay, as long as they beat the Mets.
I can only hope. So AL Cy
Makes
Young.
sense.
Honestly, looking at the top 6,
I bet you Garrett Cole is number 1, which
Garrett Cole is number 1 at plus 450. The other ones, I forgot they even existed.
Bieber on there?
Shane Bieber is number 2 at plus 700.
Even though he's not good anymore without Spider Tack. Cole, it's debatable if Cole is.
We'll see. He had glimpses.
Don't tell me Chris Sale is on there.
He is, I think, 7th or 8th, but he wasn't in the top 6. So is Verlander. He's not in the top either.
Dickbag. Who else is fucking good?
Yeah, that's why 3, 4, 5, and 6. I was like,
who's the best pitcher on the White Sox now that fucking Rondon is not there?
You got the right team.
He was on my fantasy team for a little while. Rondon was good. There was one other guy, and then like fucking Dylan cease and desist order or some shit like that.
Well, Dylan Cease is 6.
Who was the other fucking White Sox pitcher?
1,200.
I can't remember.
Think the Good Brothers.
Fucking Gallows and Anderson.
Think the big LG.
I cannot remember that asshole's name. I know who you're talking about.
Lucas Giolito.
That fucking guy.
He's number 4. So Giolito is 4. Dylan Cease is 6. You still need 3 and 5.
Is Ohtani anywhere near there?
He is not.
All right, good. Yeah, I don't.
Both are in the AL West.
I don't even know the AL East, let alone the fucking West. Did the Angels have any good pitchers? Did they sign anybody?
Noah Syndergaard.
I said good pitchers.
Touche.
Not piece of shit asshole fucks. I have no fucking idea who would be in there.
Robbie Ray at number 3.
So the AL has no pitching?
No, he won the Cy Young last year too.
Yeah, I know. They have no pitching.
So he's number 3 at plus 900. And
what
then
team
Sean
is he on?
Manaea.
Where's Robbie Ray now?
Seattle.
Oh, wow. All All right, so the NL seems easier. I'm sure DeGrom and Scherzer are top 2, top 3 at least.
DeGrom 1 plus 400. Scherzer 2 plus 600.
Scherzer's 2?
Yep.
God damn. What about fucking what's his face? Fucking Ferris Bueller.
He's 4. I knew you were going to say Ferris Bueller. I actually knew you were going to say that. He's at plus 800 at number 4.
And then I don't fucking remember anybody. Who won the Cy Young last year? Wasn't somebody on Milwaukee?
Yes.
That guy, him. He's probably in there.
Corbin Burns, number 3 at plus 800.
I always think of Corbin Burns when you say that.
He was really good in Psych and in Major League, the movie.
Yes.
So you got the top 4. Number 5 is in the NL East, and number 6 is also in the NL Central.
No, I got you the big names. I got you the fucking top 3. I don't know.
Number 5 at plus 900 is Zach Wheeler from the Phillies.
Really?
Number 6, tied with him at plus 900, is Brendan Woodruff.
I'm going. Brewers. If Zach Wheeler wins, you owe me $900.
Zach Wheeler finished, I think, like 2nd last year.
There's no way he's gonna fucking. There's just no way. It's gonna be Scherzer or DeGrom. I
kind of
feel like it's gonna be Scherzer.
I don't want to say I hope he gets hurt, but
I mean, I kind of hope DeGrom gets hurt because I hate Mets fans. But it's so bad when he's not on the mound because he's so goddamn good, and I don't know how he's so good. I don't know how.
Pitch.
That wasn't terrible.
No, I was actually impressed with how good you did with that. Because honestly, when I was looking at the list, I'm like, if I had to guess this, I would have tapped out after like the obvious one.
The top. I didn't really get any. Like
I wouldn't have thought of Corbin Burns. I wouldn't have thought of Brandon Woodruff. Like I forgot they even existed.
But because of the I forgot Giolito. I should have remembered him. Because of
the 100-day lockout, I forgot baseball.
I mean, I checked out basically all of last year. I hardly paid attention to baseball. Like it was so much. It was so not fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, I think we should talk about Family Guy.
Guy? You mean Family Guy?
That's what I said. I said this. Speaking of fun to watch, let me find the ticker. There we go. I changed it before we started talking. So you're going to have to keep track of this, but I'm going to do the list. I'll name them, and you have to keep them in order. So we're going to do it Royal Rumble style. I'll name an episode if that's the best one.
How many episodes were there?
30.
How is there that many?
Yeah, I have no idea. But, they came back from the hiatus, and, I tweeted this out last week. They didn't fucking miss this season. It's so depressing how, Family Guy's not bad now, but it's just, it's like The Simpsons. They're just not as good. Season 4 was, I don't know if there's a bad episode in here. So, whenever you're ready, I have the list pulled up. So, you started out with North by North Quahog. And then see if you can remember what they're about. This was the first episode back after, 3 years off?
North by North Quahog.
Started off with Peter lists off every single show that was Fox had that was canceled for the last 3 years.
Oh my God, isn't that when they go on a second honeymoon and then Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson, yep. So do you think that was better than Nothing?
I mean, Nothing was pretty damn good.
Yeah, no, Nothing. So I think we'll put that at number 1. All right. Number 2, Fast Times at Buddy Cianci Junior High.
Ooh, that's not better than North by North Quahog.
You don't think so? Do you know what it's about? Do you remember?
Isn't that when Brian becomes a teacher?
I feel like that's better because he's transferred. It's it's Mrs. Lockhart. The password.
Oh, and then the bear,
yeah.
Right?
Love you.
I
think that has to be better. It's close. Just because it's better doesn't mean North by North Quahog is bad. I'm gonna vote for Fast Times. Do you want to chime in or?
I'll take it. You're the Family Guy aficionado. I remember the episode.
I mean, you can pick which one you like better. We can just. Do you prefer North?
I do prefer North.
All right, so it's kind of a tie then. 3rd, Blind Ambition.
Is that the one where
yes.
Quagmire gets arrested?
Quagmire is arrested. He finds it hard to depart from his sexual behavior, so they have to.
Peter goes blind.
He marries the Wait, no, that's a different one. Yeah, that's right. All four of them like have heroic behavior and do some shit, and then Peter tries to eat the fucking coins.
I don't think that was better than any of them.
I would probably take Fast Times over that, but still a great episode.
I'm so far I'm going to be surprised if there's not a good episode in here.
Yeah. So number 4 is Don't Make Me Over.
Oh, that's a bad. Isn't that where she sleeps with Jimmy Fallon?
Yes. But this is I want to have intercourse with you.
Relations.
That's a great. Oh, it's like there's so many good moments in all of these fucking episodes. But it's a Meg episode, so I'm probably going to take Fast Times over that.
Right now, I think that's going to be dead last.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that. Brian and his racist barking at the black guy.
Like, I really don't think there's going to be an episode worse than that.
Blind Ambition? Or Don't Make Me Over? Let's see. So after that, episode 5 is the Cleveland Loretta Quagmire.
Instantly better than Don't Make Me Over.
Cleveland gets cheated on by Loretta with Cleveland. It's the scene where he has the tattoo on his ass of his number. What else happens in that episode? Cleveland doesn't give a shit. He's like, whatever. Then he tries to kill him. That's all they really... I don't remember what the secondary storylines are. They don't have anything in that. That was basically the big story. I don't think they really had Stewie and Brian together yet, like a lot.
I think this is probably one of the seasons when it was starting to happen.
But this this was a higher rate. Yeah, you know what? Don't Make Me Over was one of the lower rated episodes.
Focused on Meg.
Yeah. All right, so that's still not as good. We still got Buddy and North by North tied. So I think we have a new number 1. Petarded.
Yeah, that's number 1.
That's just so. I mean, Peter being mentally challenged. Don't you mean just under the line? The day I'm corrected by a retard. Sorry, just trust the analysis.
The only episode, I think this was in the same season, but the only episode in my mind that could actually beat Petarded is the FCC one.
In this season?
I think it was in this season.
Well, we'll see, because I actually don't know. But Petarded's number 1. Like, it's the shallow and pedantic.
Like shallow and pedantic.
What is it? You just gonna talk down to us now? Perhaps. Like that's gonna be tough to beat.
That's number 1. That's
this next one is really good. Brian the Bachelor.
Ooh.
He goes on The Bachelorette. They make some mojito. He doesn't think it's a gay drink.
And then Chris has the pimple, and he.
Yep. Do you remember his pimple's name?
Ooh. No.
Think Lion King. Owimwe.
Simba?
No. Fucking some douchebag kid from WestCon. Last name is Owimwe.
Oh, Doug.
Doug the Pimple. I feel like Brian the Bachelor
Anything is possible, Doug.
Yes, exactly. I think that might be number 2 now, behind Petarded. Slightly ahead of North and Fast Times.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
And then we followed up with number 8, 8 Simple Rules for Buying My Teenage Daughter. Shout out to John Ritter, rest in peace.
I don't remember this one.
It's where Peter sells Meg to Mort because he opens up a tab, the Epicac.
Oh, and then everyone's puking.
That's one of the best scenes in Family Guy history.
Honestly, I only remember that scene in that episode.
So just for that, it's a good episode. I don't think it's better than Petarded.
But do you think it's better than
Brian the Bachelor? Yes. It is
do you think it's better than Brian the Bachelor?
No, it's not better than Brian the Bachelor. Is it better than Don't Make Me Over? What else happened in that episode?
In in 8 Simple.
In Don't Make Me Over, they had the Stewie and Brian, the intercourse. That's one of the best quotes. 8 Simple Rules. I know Lois dresses up as Mystique and tries to have sex with Neil. I would say, you know what? I'm gonna say Don't Make Me Over is probably better than that.
Really?
Because this one has got one of the lowest rated so far.
So this is your new last episode.
I think so. Also, this next episode's pretty good, but it has a low rating also. Breaking Out is Hard to Do, when Lois gets arrested because she's a kleptomaniac.
That's an underrated episode.
Don't they go to fucking Asian Town and then they meet Jackie Chan,
Yes.
the racist Ethan Hawke? That's a good episode.
You Asian, you Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Ethan Hawke. Yeah, and then Lois saves Joe's life at the end. Think I'm one of your kids. Not Meg. And she saves him. So that's not last. That's definitely not last. But it's not better than Petarded. Not better than Brian the Bachelor.
I don't think it's better than Fast Times, North by North Cohog either. Or Blind Ambition.
So what's our top three so far? Petarded, Bachelor,
Brian the Bachelor, and Fast Times.
Are we having North by North tied with Buddy Cianci, since you like that one better?
I am, personally.
Right, that's fine. So what did we do? Breaking Out is Hard to Do. Okay, then episode 10, third of the way through. Model Misbehavior. What do you remember about that one?
I'm taking notes. What was this episode called?
Oh, I heard you type. That was nice. Model Misbehavior.
Is this where Lois gets the eating disorder because she becomes a model?
She becomes a model. Yep, and then Peter and Carter have to try to get her to stop being a model. Oh no, this has to be.
Is that the Where's My Money?
No, it's Brian is working for Stewie in the pyramid scheme. That's so good.
But that's not the main plot, though.
I know. The secondary story is better than the main plot. The subplot, Brian works on a pyramid scheme with Stewie to pay off his debt to him. So it is, you owe me that money. It has to be.
Right? And then he beats it, and he's like, oh, this orange juice is
the beginning of that has to be he bet $50 on Mike Tyson to beat Carol Channing. Oh, is Mr. Nguyen there, please? And is he the head of the household? The compliment sandwich? Grova. Like that's, oh my God, that's so good. I don't know where to rank this now because the secondary story is better than the.
But that's the problem. The secondary story is better.
Oh, it's so good.
I think it's not
so
better.
Good.
I don't think it's better than Petarded, Brian the Bachelor, Fast Times, North by North Cohog, or Blind Ambition.
I might. You're right. The main story kind of does hurt it. I don't really remember anything. I don't really remember anything memorable from the main story. It's so tough though because that's one of the best subplots that we've had so far. It might be the best.
Do you think it's better than Breaking Out is Hard to Do?
Yes. Just because of the classic Stewie Brian together. I don't know where to put it. At 5 maybe. So Petarded is absolutely better.
Would you have it ahead of the Cleveland Reddick?
Yes. Yeah. That's good. They're all. I don't have to want to say this 1,000 times. There hasn't been a bad episode yet. Just they're all good. I think it's better than Blind Ambition.
You think Model Misbehavior is better than Blind Ambition?
Just that subplot is A+, the best. Is it better than Fast Times with Mrs. Lockhart? I put it at Petarded. Brian
you have it at 5 right now.
I feel like that's pretty good to have it because
Petarded, Bachelor, Fast Times, North by North Cohog, Model Misbehavior.
I think it could be 3, but it could also be 5 depending on your preference. So as long as it's in the top 5, I think we're good.
But what do you say in the top 5?
I mean, we're getting better. I mean, forget about what a piece of shit he is.
James Woods. It's James Woods. It's
Peter Scott Woods.
What a piece of shit he is. It's got to be James Woods.
If you just forget about what a dick fuck he is,
ooh.
Shout out to Bob.
Is this the first one? Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh,
yeah.
Piece of candy.
So, I mean, I don't know how you don't. Although, was this one better than the other James Woods where he steals? Is this the same one where he steals his wallet? Is the second one, right?
That's the second one. That's when he comes back.
Is that better than this one?
Isn't this when?
I know we're not comparing it.
The school James Woods High.
Yeah. Petition to have the name of James Woods High changed. So then he shows up. With Shauna, he's trying to have sex with a black chick. Brian breaks up with Shauna.
I don't think it's better than Petarded, Brian the Bachelor, Fast Times, North by North Cohog, Model Misbehavior, or Blind Ambition. I think I would have it
goes at 6.
I'd have it ahead of Cleveland and Reddick Quagmire. But do you think it's better than Blind Ambition?
Because if you look at it, the episode's really not that great, except it has the all-time quote of piece of candy. So do I think it's better than which one?
Do you think it's better than Blind Ambition?
Honestly, no.
So then it's really 7th.
I can live with that. Because it's a good episode. It's just I think the second James Woods one is better, which I don't remember what season that was, but it's definitely not this one.
It was like 2 or 3 seasons later.
Yeah. All right. So after that is Perfect Castaway.
Oh my God, is that they go on a fishing trip and the boat sinks, storm, and everything?
They're all on the sex dolls.
Brian gets married to her because they think he's dead.
Yep. That's a really good episode. Thinking her husband is dead. Lois, or he comes back and he has to like move out, basically.
And then they start finagling again.
And this is where Brian works for like a car. Fucking Big Whoop want to fight about it. But like, I don't think this. I think this is lower than most of the other ones. While it's really good, that's basically the only plot. If they don't have anything with Stewie in it, really, it's gonna be lower for me. Like, but it does have a really good quote. This is where he's telling Lois that he's dumping her because he wants them to get back together, and Stewie's on the stairs, like, "Oh, bitch, you got jacked, bitch," like that. So, like, that's really good. But I don't think that's a better episode than any of the other ones.
I would have that. So right now we have our top 8, like our MySpace top 8.
Do you want to know who that was written by?
Who was it written by?
Remember we used to play the game, I'll show you a picture and you have to guess who it is? And
Yeah.
I showed you a picture of John Viner, the fucking, like the guy who do random voices. He wrote this
John
episode.
Viner.
Wow. He was just in an episode with the lunch hour, Gore Vidal shit. He's like, you can come down and get a boob job by Dr. John Viner. So most people probably have no idea who that is. It's a nice little Easter egg for like, fuck you, John. But so we can put, do we really have to rank like the bottom half? Like just throw it at like 7 or 8.
Well, I mean, right now we don't have it in the top 8. I think it's better than Breaking Out is Hard to Do, which is our current number 9.
It can be put around there. I think we just lump all those together. All right, so I'm trying to. Oh, this one is pretty good too. They're all pretty good, so I'm just gonna keep saying it. I mean, I'm looking. Oh my, there's so many good episodes. I'm just reading the rest of them. There's so many good fucking episodes. I can't do this. There's too
Everything's
many.
gonna go back, and like
And
everything's gonna.
We're also you saw what happened with the Royal Rumble. I can't keep track of this shit. I don't remember what's going on. Jungle Love, where Chris runs away.
Oh, because he gets hazed on his first day of high school.
Yeah, and he marries that chick, and then
And they're doing Seinfeld. They have the Seinfeld.
I'll give you a nickel if you say a funny word. Say Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. I don't know where to rank this one because that's basically the main. Hold on. Peter is unable to control his drink. Oh, he gets demoted. And Opie is his superior. And then they move to South America. As it ranks to the other ones, I don't know. And they have the Indiana Jones ending where Meg dies. I think it's Indiana Jones. Where they all escape.
Think it's top 5.
No, definitely not top 5. I don't even know if it's top 10, to be honest.
I wouldn't have it. I mean, right now we have our Petarded, Brian the Bachelor, Fast Times, North by North Hawk, Model Misbehavior, Blind Ambition, Peter's Got Woods, Cleveland, Loretta Quagmire. That's our top 8. It's not better than that.
Can we just do top 5? It's too many. As long as it's not cracking the top 5. So, moving on.
Who are you taking out?
We're gonna have to take somebody out right now. I think PTV. I don't know what to do.
PTV is my number 1.
I think you have to take North by North Quahog down. Well, that's so good too. PTV is where they create their own station. They have the FCC song, the side boob hour.
PTV is my number 1.
Dogs humping.
You ain't topping PTV.
PTV. I still think Petarded is number 1, slightly, but those are 1 and 2, interchangeable. Petarded and PTV are 1 and 2.
You just bumped Model Misbehavior out of the top 5.
I'm fine with that, even though that was the great subplot, right?
Yep.
So I'm taking those 2 as 1 and 2. What did we say? Blind Ambition is 3.
No, Brian the Bachelor 3, Fast Times at 4, North by North Quahog at 5.
Okay, I can live with that. Mostly because I can't keep track of this shit. PTV. Okay, then this is another one. Brian goes back to college.
Oh no, do they have crazy standards?
Yeah, that's they pretend to be the A team. This has to be in the top 5 right now. They're the A team. Brian and Stewie go back to school. He's all about crazy stairs. The fucking retarded Stephen Hawking type guy. And I don't know why I said he was retarded. He was just handicapped. He draws a smiley face on his page with his face, and like that. What are we taking out of the top 5? I've already forgotten who's in the top 5. This is
I
awful.
think I'm bumping.
I shouldn't have a podcast.
I'm bumping North by North Quahog out.
All right, so then what are we doing as the top 5? Petarded and PTV 1 and 2, depending on just interchangeable 1 and 2. Then what's 3?
So then we have.
I thought you left. I didn't hear anything for a second.
So we have Petarded, PTV, Brian the Bachelor.
You know what we should have done? You should have kept track of this in the Google Doc so I could see it.
I should have done that.
God, we're dumb.
Fast Times is 4, and now Brian Goes Back to College is 5.
I think Brian Goes Back to College is Fast Times has got Mrs. Lockhart and the Bear. I think it might be better than that. Brian Goes Back to College. I think it has to move up.
Do you think Brian Goes Back to College is now number 4?
What was 3?
Brian the Bachelor.
What do you think? I want to hear your opinion. Bachelor or Brian in College?
Crazy Stairs. Crazy Stairs.
I'm good with that. Put that at 3. Brian the Bachelor at 4.
Fast Times at 5.
All right. I like that. Okay. Now
North
I
by
don't know.
North Quahog, just on the outside at 6.
I'm having a feeling this one's not going to be in it. The Courtship of Stewie's Father. Do you even remember anything about that?
Is that where like Stewie gets excited at Peter
About-
hurting Lois and shit?
After a talk about the preschool teacher, Stewie's behavior, I think he spends more time with Peter, and they bond over hurting Lois, and then they go to Disney World. And Michael Eisner.
Kalima.
Yeah. It always goes to his mentally challenged coworker. Oh, he tries to win Employee of the Month. Yeah. Yeah, they playing pranks on Lois. I don't think that's in the top 5.
No.
That had a good rating, though, in the 9s. All right. And then I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. The Fat Guy Strangler. It's impossible to rank these. It's not possible
Find your
to
penis.
choose a top 5. That's so good. After finding an old family picture, see fucking Robert Downey Jr.'s in the goddamn episode. Jackie Gleason, Pal Right and the Kisser, the Fat Guy Strangler. There's a half dead fat guy eating a dead fat guy. I don't. That has to be in the top 5.
I think I just put Fat Guy Strangler at number 4. Petarded, PTV,
Oh, you're doing
Brian
it in
Goes
the-
Back to College, Fat Guy Strangler, Brian the Bachelor. Fast Times bumped out of the top 5.
Let me go see the plot of Fast Times again. English. Oh, it's so tough. It's so tough. Yeah. 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 I'm going to go with that. So what do we have right now? Petarded, PTV, interchangeable. Brian Goes Back to College, Fat Guy Strangler, Brian the Bachelor. I think I would. Is there a reason you capitalized the T in Strangler?
No, that was just Pat fingering it.
I think I would definitely take College over Fat Guy, but I think I would also take Fat Guy over Bachelor. So I think that's a good top 5.
We still have like, what, 13 episodes left? 14?
We're on. That was episode. Oh my God, 17.
God, we're fucked.
Should you put what do we have at number 6? Should we do a top 6?
Fast Times is at 6. Fast Times is 6.
Oh.
That's why I have it up there.
So much time. Because we're just adding more stuff like the
To the top 5.
The next one, this was just on the other day. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Fawns. The Pope.
That was season 4?
Yeah. I don't think that can crack the top 5, but let me see what the second storyline is. Oh yeah, Stewie tries to get baptized, so it's sort of like a one giant story. Exposed to tainted water to tainted holy water. Stewie's quarantine. Oh, that's right, he's in the bubble. Yeah.
I don't think it's better than the current 5 that we have.
Is it better than Fast Times at Buddy Cianci? I don't think so.
I have a little bit of breaking news.
Ooh, hold on. Oh, fuck.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have offered a multi-year contract to Freddie Freeman. He is currently mulling it over.
Oh, so he didn't take it?
Not yet, but if he signs for the Dodgers, I'm killing myself.
What is going on? Why do they sign everybody? We don't do anything. You're not.
Your reaction to that was just like,
well, I thought he signed. I was like, oh no. All right, so what's happening again? My train of thought is gone now. Fast Times or
Fast Times is currently our number 6.
Yeah,
I would keep it there.
That's staying at 6. All right. We might have to do this occasionally with other seasons. This is kind of fun. We could do it with season 16, which was on like FX.
It's just every fucking time. The
same
Putin episode.
Thank God they got the rights to the rest of the fucking show because I was getting sick of the. You know how many times I saw the fucking the hipster dude who got hit by the bus? They were fucking texting I couldn't even watch that episode anymore.
I swear to God, every time I turned on the TV, it was the episode with Putin.
That one too, or the Donald Trump one was on all the time.
Every fucking time.
All right, so after that, another amazing one as usual. Ooh, written by Michael Rowe. Didn't know he was a thing. Brian sings and swings.
Frank Sinatra Jr.?
Indeed. Brian is nearly killed when Peter runs him over with a car. He's depressed. He meets Frank Sinatra. Then they all go on stage. And he babysits Stewie. I think that's the one where he loses an ear.
Yeah, it is.
He had a bag of like burgers. And he gets lost. Meanwhile, Sarah, a girl in Meg's science class. Oh, Meg's the fucking the lesbian. Wait, you have to let me finish. I'm a super mega lesbian. And then they sing that song. That's great. I don't think that cracks my top 5. And I don't think it's better than Buddy Cianci.
I think it's on the outside looking in for the top 6.
I feel like the next one is also going to be it, but it could. But we don't like it. It has our. I'll say this: if you could probably figure this out. It has the GoPod's favorite Family Guy quote ever.
What the towel, Tom?
Yes, exactly. The stupidest, most irrelevant quote ever is like our favorite fucking quote. Did you wet the towel, Tom?
Oh, the London Silly Nanny.
Patriot Games. I remember when I didn't realize that Brian gets his revenge punch at the end of the episode. Because I remember
that's right, he does.
I tweeted Seth MacFarlane. I was like, is he ever going to get that? And of course, fucking Raimi comes to the rescue. Hey, oh, he did at the end of the episode. I didn't realize that he punches him in front of the bus, basically kills him. But since we hate the Patriots and we hate Tom Brady, can we put this in our top 6?
I would put this ahead of Fast Times. This would be my new number 6.
It does have good quotes. Wilkins, Hyundai, and Subaru. We sell Hyundais and Subarus. Brian makes a bet with Stewie. Wait, hold on. This was Where's My Money?
Yes, it is.
Because
you're right.
Brian gets beat up and Tom
and that's
Brady
where he's
asks
scared
him
of
what
Stewie
happened.
the entire rest of the episode.
So then what was the other? What did he bet?
He just owed Stewie money and he had him work for him as
though?
the pyramid scheme.
I wonder. Oh, because he had worms.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah.
This is top 5 or top 6. Is this? I would have this right now 6. Is it better than Brian the Bachelor? Oh, it might be.
Brian goes on The Bachelor.
It might be.
What was the secondary story in that again? Where are we? We have to go all the way back. Petarded, Brian the Bachelor.
The pimple.
Oh, that's really good too.
I would have this at number 5 now and Brian the Bachelor at 6.
Yeah. But just surely because of Where's My Money. Yeah. So it's at Patriot Games. It's not better than Fat Guy Strangler.
No.
I don't think it. I think 5 is good.
I think 1 through 4 is going to be kind of solid.
All right. So Patriot Games. Okay. I take the Quagmire. Took me a second to remember what the hell this was about.
I don't remember this one.
This is where Quagmire gets married to the maid that Peter wins on Wheel of Fortune. She pulls a bunch of shit out of his belly button. He has to fakes his own death. Death is in this episode at the end.
I honestly don't remember this whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't remember Peter on Wheel of Fortune, the Q4RR whatever the fuck? Now I gotta find that quote. Oh, wow, I can't type. Z4QQQ and the Batman symbol, and he guesses Alex Karras and Webster.
No, I have no recollection of this.
So you don't remember Quagmire getting married to the maid? Then he fakes his own death. And then Stewie's concerned about breastfeeding. So he finally weans himself off. Lois's boobs get huge. And then he gets stuck back on the juice. So if you can't remember it, it's definitely not making the top 6.
I don't remember it at all.
You should remember the Batman symbol. He's on he gets the puzzle with no letters whatsoever. So you should watch that one.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Moving on to episode 22. I'm kind of sad this is coming to an end. Sibling rivalry. This is the vasectomy episode. After a pregnancy scare, Peter agrees to a vasectomy, but he donates his sperm with fucking
Bertram.
Bertram is alive. This is a really good episode.
I don't think it's top 6 though.
I'm trying to see what else happens. They have the war on the playground.
Doesn't Lois get super fat?
Yeah, he's not interested in having sex with her anymore. Yeah, not cracking my top 6. All right, 23, Deep Throats. Meg lands her internship with Adam West. Brian investigates them. He gets a job driving a taxi. Tries to expose Mayor West. Local talent show, Peter and Lois, when they get high and they're terrible. Not cracking my top 6.
Ain't making it. It's a good episode, but
this one's pretty good too. Peterotica. Betty White is in this episode. He writes erotic books, gets sued. Carter loses all his money. And then he has to this is the when they try to rob the train and there's nobody on it. He's like, well, you could have my wallet. I'd probably just cancel my credit cards. Like, we'll just take tickets. How much are they? $25. We're the robbers. Stewie practices to be the gymnast. I don't think this is cracking my good, but not better than even Brian the Bachelor. I can't believe we had to bump Brian the Bachelor.
John Morosi just tweeted that the talks with Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers are intensifying. They're in contact on a deal that would bring him to his native California.
Why do they need him?
Where's Max Muncy going to play, guys?
I have to tweet right now.
Where's Max Muncy going to play?
Freddie, Freddie.
DDIE,
Right?
yes.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. All right. So Peterotica is episode 24. 25. You may now kiss the guy who receives. This is really fucking good. The gay marriage ban.
Oh, Jasper.
The Diggum fiasco. Lois is not a fan of gay marriage. Chris is in the fucking Young Republicans Club. He takes Mayor West hostage. Of course. Doesn't seem like... Oh, this does have the Volkswagen Scirocco quote where he's like going through the candy jar. Oh, yeah, they got a sweet tooth. Let me get some free dent.
This ain't cracking the top 6.
Nope, it's not. 26 is Petergeist.
Ooh.
Another good one.
Ooh, this one might.
With the what's it called? The Indian skull. They end up throwing it away. Fucking Carrot Top is in this. Stewie gets sucked into the TV. Comes out Meg's ass.
This, to me...
Chris getting attacked by the evil tree and Herbert saves him. Stewie gets rescued.
So we got P-Tarded, PTV. Brian goes back to college.
I'm not putting that over Bachelor or Fast Times.
I might put it ahead of him.
It's not as good.
I think it is.
It's
I think it's better than Fast Times.
Fast Times at Buddy Cianci has the fucking Mrs. Lockhart and that whole plot. The fucking the cop who comes along and Stewie just happens to know and he gets the exact thing right. Yeah, I work at First Fidelity Bank over on Wade Boston Street. It's like, oh, you know my cousin Ernie or Arnie? I think it's Ernie. It's like, oh, you're Ernie's cousin. Yeah, middle management type. Like, I'm taking I gotta find out if it's Arnie or Ernie. That's gonna piss me off the rest of this episode. Arnie.
Petergeist is such a good episode, though.
I'm not putting it in my top. I don't think it's even better than Fast Times. It's not Bachelor. No, I'm keeping it out. Maybe right behind. Did we rank anything right behind Fast Times?
Right behind Fast Times?
Because that's at what?
North by North Quahog.
I'd probably put that ahead of that. Although that's good too. It's too hard to rank them after this. Like, I don't think it's not cracking my top 7 right now. I just can't put it there. I think we might. I think we're done adding. Because technically, there's one more, and then. So, where are you putting it on yours? I don't think I can put it ahead. You can put it at a tie for 7 or 6.
I'll have it as tie then.
So then we got the Griffin family history.
Not cracking my top 5.
Is this the this is when they're in the panic room.
Yes.
The funny line of Meg goes downstairs. The fucking robbers are in there. No, not that mustard. Yeah, I don't think that's cracking.
And doesn't Meg get arrested at the end? He's like, your daughter's a...
Yeah. And then the next aren't really... It's the Family Guy movie, basically.
Oh, where Stewie sees him...
Yeah. So I don't know how you rank those.
I'd rank it as one lump, and I wouldn't even rank it because it's like a movie, so I wouldn't count
It's
that.
so good, though. But yeah, so I feel like that's not going to crack. I thought it was 4 episodes. I guess it's only 3 parts.
Yeah, it was, what is it? Stewie be good.
Bango was his name-o. And then
Stewie and Brian's excellent or whatever.
Stu and Stewie's.
Excellent adventure.
So I feel like our top 5 is pretty... the top 4 is 100% set. Like, that's definitely what it is.
And then it's like 5A, 5B, 5C.
Interchange, yeah. Damn, that's a fucking great season. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll do season 5.
I'm going to rewatch all these now.
So, I mean, I'm just... Season 5 starts off with Stewie loves Lois. Like, I'm sure it's going to be fucking amazing. Let me see how many episodes that has. Okay, so they go from 30 episodes to 18.
That sounds about right.
We could do that much faster next time. So I'll put that in.
Kate is away all next week traveling for work. I might rewatch all of season 5 to give you like my up to date. This is what I think.
Nice. All right. So Family Guy, we can.
And just so you know, if the Dodgers signed Freddie Freeman, I'm guessing Max Muncy moves to second base and displaces Chris Taylor. Is my guess.
Who's their owner again? Is it
the Guggenheim Group
with Magic? Yeah. Like, they actually seem to give a shit about winning.
Or does Max Muncy become their DH? Because I forgot they have the DH now.
Oh, my God. Now my tweet looks stupid, of course. But they still don't need him.
But, I mean, they have...
Oh, my God. We totally forgot about SmackDown.
Oh, my God. I did, too.
I was like, why is Bob's Burgers on? What the fuck is this shit?
Pete Dunne's on SmackDown, apparently.
Of course we missed it.
He's now known as Butch. He's known as Butch.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. I just saw it on Twitter.
Hold on.
Butch. His name is Butch, and he's with Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
And his name is Butch.
Pete Dunne? Oh, no.
His name is Butch.
Okay. Well, that just ruined my night. So I have a random TikTok question. We'll get into our unusual deaths. And Family Guy took up a lot of time. I didn't realize there were 30 episodes. You think I would do a little bit of research, but I didn't. So it's not what we do here on this podcast. Or at least that's not what I do here.
I'm the one that does the research.
I'm
wing that boy.
Where is this fucking video? Okay, can we... Oh, my God. And I like TikTok, how you tag me and stuff from like... You're like half the time you're like a week behind me. I think
I don't understand how that happens.
For You page is like a week behind. Okay, so this chick posted a meme. You have to eat one of these to get out of jail. I don't know why it's that. I'm just gonna say, which one would you rather eat if you had to eat one? I'm gonna wait till you pay attention.
So if I had to eat one, what would I have to eat if I had to eat one?
Yeah, like you have to pick one because you have to eat one of these. You ready?
Okay.
An Olive Joy. It's an Almond Joy with an olive in it.
What kind of olive?
It looks like the pimento olives with the red thing in the middle.
Ooh, I like Kalamata olives and black olives. I do not like the green olives with the pimento.
Okay, so that's just one. Maybe the rest will be like semen wafers or something.
Who's semen?
Newt Gingrich.
Ooh.
All right. This one, I'll be honest. I'd eat this like just like I'd try this. A cookie burger. It's a hamburger with cheese. It's actually a cheeseburger.
Yes.
With cookie as the bun. It's like, that's not bad. So I'm going to exclude that one.
I would, if it's an oatmeal raisin cookie, I'm going to pass. If it's like a chocolate chip cookie, maybe.
I would definitely try that. Okay, so that one's actually kind of good. This one's not really for the American audience for some reason, but it's cheesy Marmite toast. I'm guessing that's kind of like Vegemite.
Yeah, and I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. That's a hard
That looks
pass.
awful. And then this one, I'm sure you're going to say absolutely not to. Candy corn pizza.
Ooh, I don't like candy corn at all.
Really? I actually love candy corn. I think it's super underrated.
Oh,
but
I don't like it. It hurts my teeth. I don't like it.
It is kind of hard. But like the cookie burger actually looks like it could be good. But if you had to choose between the Olive Joy, the candy corn pizza, or that Vegemite toast,
candy corn pizza. I'm that against the green olive with the pimento.
Even though it's only one green olive, you got to have like a whole slice of candy corn on pizza. It might be sweet. Like, it might actually be pretty good melted.
Well, that's right. It might melt. It actually might melt. So
unless they're putting candy corn on like the finished product, I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah, if they're just topping with that, could be painful. But if they're like cooking it and it's melting down, that actually might not be as bad as I would imagine.
I wonder what Vegemite tastes like, because I know there are people in Australia who like religiously eat it, but they also like hate it. It's a very polarizing thing. But that was a cool meme.
Let me ask you a question.
I found.
Why would WWE change Pete Dunne's name to Butch? Why?
I don't have any. Even can't you just change it to something good?
Why not just drop the Pete and just call him Dunn?
I wonder why they did that. And like, of course, they just throw the British fucking guy with the other British guy with the Irish guy. For no reason.
I'm okay with the stable.
I actually do kind of like the stable. The name is what
the name
Butch. Why did Ridge Holland keep his name? Pete Dunne's better than Ridge Holland.
Exactly. And we're just going to forget that they were together in NXT?
Oh, fucking sticker. God damn it. Okay, so.
Very upset about that.
Let's wrap things up. Another unusual. Oh, I didn't do a on this day banner. Hold on.
Like you said, I like him with Ridge and Sheamus, but I hate the name.
Yeah, that's a horrendous. Butch. Where's Luke? Like, what the fuck?
The Sundance Kid?
Unbelievable. All right, let me pull up the unusual deaths. So I guess we could just do Pete Dunne, RIP today. Put him on your list. All right. I'm going to pick one at random.
Do it.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's... Oh, man. God damn it. Another kid one.
What year we got?
2013. They actually have a... Oh, no, it's not. Actually, it might have the Wikipedia page. It has a link. Noah Barth and Connor Barth. I vaguely remember this. Brothers Noah and Connor, aged 4 and 6. That's fucking awful. It's even worse than Bliss. Were killed by an African rock python during a sleepover at their friend's apartment in New Brunswick, Canada.
Nope.
The snake had escaped from its enclosure in the apartment, slithered through the ducts, DUCTS, not like Donald, the ducts, until it fell through the ceiling of the bedroom where they slept. Though the snakes suffocated them, it did not attempt to eat them. So then what the fuck's that snake doing? Just murdering people for no reason? At least try to eat the kid?
I don't even want to look. I don't want to look into that one. That's awful.
There's an entire Wikipedia page about the 2013 New Brunswick python attack.
Oh, God.
Noah and Connor, rest in peace. That's awful.
I can't even imagine.
I would have at least, like, if I was their parents, I would have at least, like, wanted the snake to try to eat the kid. Would you just kill it for no reason?
Yeah, but then how are you going to prove that the snake ate the kid?
Well, I mean, they probably would have woken up to see the kid.
You'd see like a gigantic, body inside of it. That's
I like how you're tagging me and shit. Oh, it's the stupid
Butch,
the Pete Dunne gif. He looks pretty badass with I forget what kind of hat that is. It's kind of like a fedora-ish hat. Seems way too high on his head though.
Fedora Jace.
Did he cut his hair?
It looks like he did, doesn't it?
It actually kind of looks badass. That name is so fucking dumb. I hate when one of my fucking rants is people who spell SmackDown and WrestleMania without the extra capital. SmackDown is a capital D. I love the D.
I have a little bit of news for you as well.
Put that one on the that rant.
A little bit of D.
I love the D.
The Cubs are reportedly unwilling to pay nearly $300 million or above for Carlos Correa.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
But Hector Gomez, who is an MLB insider and verified, says that the Yankees are willing to pay him that amount or above.
No, we're not.
And John Morosi reported that the expectation is that he's going to get something like a Francisco Lindor deal or better.
There's no way we're willing to pay it. What do we do with Volpe?
Move his ass to third. Bye, Gio.
I don't think he can play third, can he?
We'll find out.
Then we're just going to fucking Glaber him and move him and fucking ruin his whole career. Although I guess the juice ball really fucking ruined Glaber's
Or at
career.
that point, if we sign Correa for 10 years, do we trade Volpe for Olflin?
Did you just knock something over?
Yeah, I hit my mic.
I don't think I would trade him for somebody it seems like what is he? The top 5 prospect in baseball now? Top 10?
Top 10, soon to be top 5, if everything pans out.
You got to get somebody better than Matt Olson for that, right?
Okay, how about Matt Olson and Sean Manaea?
Okay, then he can go because we need pitching. Is Sean Manaea good?
Yeah.
Did he have a good year last year? Or was he hurt one year? Or was that another Oakland guy who was out for like a year?
He was hurt a little bit last year, Sean Manaea, but he had a pretty good season. He ended up starting 32 games last year, 11-10 with a 3.91
But
ERA.
Oakland's good. Why are they trying to trade Matt Olson? Do they not need him? Do they not want to pay him?
Money.
Yeah, of course. It's always
cheap.
those stupid fuckers. All right. On this day, what do you see clearly?
All right. This is actually some pretty shitty ones. Well, other than this first one. On this day in 1917, the first NHL championship game was ever played between the Toronto Arenas and the Montreal Canadiens in the first of a 2-game series.
2-game series?
2-game series.
Wait.
The Toronto Arenas beat the Montreal Canadiens 7-3 in game 1.
Wait, I don't understand. How do you have a 2-game series? If you win one game, why don't you just have? Why would you have a 2-game?
Is
you
it
literally
over then?
can't.
Like,
you
what's
literally
the point?
can't play. You have to research that for next week. You literally can't play a 2-game series.
Well, what's the point of that?
If it do they have ties?
They had to have, right?
How do you have a 2-game series? I cannot forget. You have to look that up because that makes no sense whatsoever. A 2-game series. What the fuck is that? It's impossible.
Anything is possible.
Is it a safeguard if there's a tie? But then what if you tie the second game? That doesn't make any sense.
I'll have to do research on that because that actually is a good point.
Fucking Gary Bettman.
In 1917. On this day in 2011, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck 80 miles east of Sendai, Japan, triggering a tsunami, killing thousands and causing the second worst nuclear accident in history at the Fukushima nuclear plant. So that's pretty terrible.
What do you think Kosuke Fuck You Doomy's doing right now?
Wow.
Did you ever notice that his name is basically spelled Fuck You
yeah.
Doomy?
Isn't it pronounced like Fukudome?
Fukudome, yeah. Remember he was supposed to be good?
Saya Suzuki still a free agent. Can we sign him?
Is that the guy who's still in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. What does he play?
Right field, but can also play center.
Do we have any more Japanese pitchers? Can we get Tanaka back? I kind of want to know. We kind of need him back.
We're going to sign Yusei Kikuchi probably, and that'd just be terrible.
I don't like that name. That hurts my ears. Kikuchi.
Speaking of
Kuchi?
Asians, but not Japanese, on this day in 2018, China's National People's Congress approved the removal of term limits for a leader and now will allow Xi Jinping presidency for life. Way to go, China.
That's awful.
And lastly, on this day in 2020, COVID-19 was declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization 2 years ago today.
It's not that serious, though.
It's just a flu.
It'll be over soon.
99.9% survival rate.
Oh, my God. Big E just broke his neck. Oh, my God. Oh,
Wait,
oh, no.
Is he really dead?
He's actually not moving, and I'm actually kind of scared.
Being serious, I don't have it on.
Yeah. Did you have it on? And can you rewind?
No.
Because he literally, that was worse than Jericho getting dropped on his neck. Like, that was, like, terrifying.
Oh, God. Who are they fighting?
It's New Day against fucking, Pete Dunne didn't cut his hair. It's Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Ridge dropped him. Like, he did a over the head suplex and, like, literally on his head on the outside. Oh,
thank
Sheamus
God
won.
he's thank God he's strong and has a big neck. That probably helped him.
I'm like fucking terrified. I'm gonna have to like rewind it and fucking Snapchat it because he actually I haven't seen him yet. I'm actually scared. So you can just put him to the death list also, as he might be dead.
No, that's not good. While you snap that for me, we have 3 birthdays on this day. Rupert Murdoch turns 91.
Fuck that moron.
Anthony Davis turns 29.
Pussy.
And WrestleMania headliner Johnny Knoxville turns 51.
How is he 51?
Isn't that insane?
Hold on. I got to try my new... the problem with the Android is their app cameras are not optimized, so it might not be the best quality, but let's see. Doing it live. We're live, pal. All right.
Good shit, pal.
This is going to be... Oh, good Lord. All right, we're going to have to get your reaction. I'm going to send it to GoPod. All right,
so while that's sending, on this day in 1993, former WWE wrestler Dino Bravo at 44 was shot to death.
Okay, they literally went to commercial without showing Big E again, so I'm honestly scared.
All right, so we're getting my live reaction here. What?
Oh,
he's dead. He's dead. No, he's not. No, the way his arm. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Nope.
It was literally like on the top of his head. It didn't look like his neck snapped either way, but he literally was just like, boom, right on his head.
That's a stinger.
That's
if
terrifying.
anything, that's pretty terrible. Last death. It's actually a good death because fuck this guy. Slobodan Milosevic died on this day in 2006. The former president of Serbia from 1989 to 1997, and then the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia 1997 to 2000. This douchefuck jack ass mongrel was charged with war crimes, including genocide and crimes against humanity in connection to the wars in Bosnia, Croatia, and Kosovo. Get fucked, Slobodan Milosevic.
I was thinking Hugo Savinovich.
WWE announcer.
I remember that name because he's a terrible human being. Oh.
Hugo Savinovich or Slobodan Milosevic?
No, Slobodan Milosevic. But for some reason, I was like Hugo Savinovich. Oh, that's what an awful way to end. I'm terrified about Big E. Like legitimately, he might be paralyzed.
Because really hope that.
But the ref looked like she didn't. She looked, but they didn't. She didn't go out to check on him. So I'm like, I'm guessing
like
scared.
Dunn and others were there to.
Because they beat up Kofi at the end, and Big E didn't come in at all. So I'm kind of scared. So I guess we'll keep you updated. Remember that for next week. Research the stupid 2-game series.
1917.
And hopefully we will not be saying rest in peace to Big E's legs working. So, because I'm kind of scared. I didn't even say welcome to episode 18, but this is episode 18.
Well, thank you for listening to episode 18.
Yeah. Hello all, and welcome to this episode 18. I'll just edit it.
And goodbye.
And now Spotify has video, so this might be. I'm going to upload this video form to Spotify. So if for some reason you don't watch our videos on YouTube, you can, I guess, watch it on Spotify now. So
can you watch and listen? Like, can you if you have it up on the video, can you just listen to it?
I don't work for Spotify, man. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's probably 2 different files.
Interesting.
But I guess if you're watching the video, you're also listening to it.
That's true.
I don't think you can't get the audio file onto the video, but I don't know how it works. It'll be interesting. But this was pretty kind of smoother on StreamYard. Little lackadaisical on the banners. I think I spent half the time talking about MLB with the NFL ticker on the bottom, but whatever. Nobody cares.
That's right. We'll end this with one more piece on Freddie Freeman. They're expected to reach a conclusion in the next 24 hours, possibly by the end of tonight. The Dodgers have made a strong offer, and it's unclear if the Braves will match.
Conclusion, like
he's going to sign with the Dodgers.
Yes, for sure. Or maybe they'll get a conclusion like, nah, I'm going to pass.
Well, it's either Dodgers or the Braves, it seems like.
I wonder if they're
not involved.
I wonder if they're like 6 for 150 and the Braves offered like 5 for 130 or something, like, or if they're blowing them away with like 8 years for 200. To be honest, as long as they go to the NL and they can beat the Mets, whatever.
But I'd like the Yankees to do something.
If we sign Correa, then it helps. Who would you rather have, Correa or Freeman? Correa's a lot younger, but
then where's Volpe going to play?
Yeah, whatever. More stuff for next week. I'm sure there'll be a lot of signings.
A lot to bitch about.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.